Part 1, Take 1.
Edited. Right, will you come in, sir? Close, isn't it? Does your worship smoke?
No.
Me neither. Right. The assault on Teresa Elizabeth Lynch.
Eh? Oh, I didn't know they called her that bet. I mean, everybody calls her Bet.
Well, what is it you know, sir?
It's a bit complicated.
Take your time.
Well, I can't tell you anything about the attack itself. I mean, not the thing itself.
I will listen to anything you have to tell me, sir.
Well, I can tell you she was threatened by a bloke one time.
Who is this, sir?
A fella called Norman Leach.
Oh, yes, we know all about Mr. Leach, sir.
I'm afraid you don't.
Tell me.
Well, she told you, didn't she, that she'd been threatened over some money? That he reckoned she'd cost him?
That's right. She didn't, she wouldn't, in fact, say exactly.
No, she wouldn't. Look, what I'm going to tell you now, if it gets out, it might look a bit not right.
Well, I doubt if it'll shock me, sir.
Well, what she was talking about was blackmail money.
I see, and this involved you, sir?
Yes.
And what was it about, roughly?
Well, it's a silly business, really. It's a bit hard to get it right now.
Well, perhaps it's easier for me to try, sir. You had a relationship with Miss Lynch. She knew about it, and with your being married, she didn't join the club.
No. There's nothing like that. No, I gave Miss Lynch a lift. I mean, I'd known her a long time. I saw her standing at the bus stop and, well, I lost my way. You know, took a wrong turning. I had to do a 3-point turn, and I just happened to choose this fella Leach's driveway to turn round in.
Driveway of his house?
Aye. His mother came out of the house and she walked into the back of the car.
Walked into it?
Bumped into it, that's all.
Oh, I think I'm beginning to see it.
Well, she got a bit shirty, but she was perfectly all right, so I apologised and drove off.
Well, when she walked into the back of the car, was it moving or not?
No, Stanley.
And they got onto you for compensation, am I right?
That's exactly what he did do. He came out of the house. He said his mother was, I don't know, all smashed up. Everything short of a broken neck. He said he wanted money or he'd sue.
And?
Well, I paid him. I mean, I knew he was coming it, but all right, I paid him to keep quiet. As mayor-elect, well, look at it. The only witness I'd got was Miss Lynch, right? A blonde barmaid and a bit of all right. I was giving her a lift home late at night. Now, what was the first thought that came into your head?
Take your point.
Of course you do. If it had gone to court, can you see it? The rights and wrongs of it were neither here nor there. The barmaid and the mayor. That's what the press would have picked up.
Well, it's what sells papers, so you paid up how much?
£200.
200 in cash?
No, cheque.
He took a cheque?
Aye.
And this was compensation for his mother's injury, so-called?
Aye.
I see. Now, how did Miss Lynch come in to upset him?
Well, he didn't know that she was with me at the time. He didn't know I'd got a witness. Anyway, she got hold of him somehow. I don't know what she said to him, but she never let on she was with me, just that she knew all about it. I think she guessed he got a bit of form. Anyway, she managed to get the cheque back.
Well, in the circumstances, you haven't come too soon, but with respect, your worship, you went too wise.
You don't need to tell me that. I suppose all this will have to come out in court.
Well, I'd like to get it down as a signed statement, sir. It makes a very good case. You see, I have got Mr. Leach in a cell. He's not 10 yards from where you're sitting.
You've got him in?
And I have got his fingerprints on the girl's bag. He's a boy with some form.
So I needn't have bothered.
Oh, I'm glad you did, sir. We had a fairly good case, but now we have got it copper bottom. Sorry. Shall we get it down?
Oh, Ta, you're out of bed again.
Oh, you've got me that catalogue.
Yes, you've got to rest, you know. You've had concussion.
I know, it does you good to get up, though.
The air in here, you shouldn't smoke so much.
I know, I can't afford it.
Well, how do you like your picture in the paper?
He wants shooting, that photographer.
Oh, come now. Isn't every day you get your photograph in the paper?
I know, and when it does, I'd rather not look like some cat dragged off a bonfire. He's made me ears stick out.
I see what you mean. It's not particularly becoming.
And he's got my name wrong.
Teresa Lynch? That's you, isn't it?
No, I refuse to be called that. It's Bet.
I think it's rather a nice name.
You never had it. Teresa Big, Teresa Green. Teresa Lynch is a big green bean.
Everybody has that sort of thing.
All kids should be called Fred. At least till they're old enough to choose a name for themselves. Anyway, I'm spread it about now, my secret's out.
Yes, and not the only one either, is it?
Ah, well, it's best, really.
Do you realise what it must have cost Alf to go down to that place?
Well, of course I do. Good for Alf. But if he'd have shown a bit of guts in the first place, he'd have never had to.
It is easy to be clever after the event.
Well, it is when you've been given a belt over the head. If he'd never given Leach that money...
We know that, and he knows that as well.
Don't get me wrong. I'm glad he's done it. Glad I can respect him for it. But I'm even gladder it's all over. I mean, I don't have to worry about Leach anymore.
I know, but it's not so easy for Alf to shake it off, is it? I mean, dirt clings to a man in his sort of position. What makes me very angry indeed is that a good man, even a great man, can be absolutely reduced to nothing by grubby specimens like that, with motives no other than malice or greed.
Ah, well, if you will walk on our way, you've got to watch where you put your feet. Could you pass me them aspirins? It's me head.
I'm sorry, Your Worship, but this business of blackmail.
Aye, I know it's serious. I suppose you'll have to go ahead.
No, sir. As far as I am concerned, it is a non-starter.
Eh?
The best way I can put it, sir, is this fella didn't try to blackmail you. You blackmailed yourself.
Here, hang on. He wrote me a letter. He wanted money.
Have you got the letter, sir?
Well, no, I chucked it up fire back.
Well...
But he demanded money by threatening how it'd look if it came out.
How what it look, sir? Injuring his mother and refusing compensation?
Well, yes, I suppose so.
Not blackmail, sir. You wouldn't need your QC to say that tell you he's offering to settle out of court. Having regard to your position, very reasonable. He might even argue that he was behaving very decently.
Yeah, well, why the hell did he cough up when he found a witness?
Ah, well, that's where he went wrong. There might be a case against him for getting money under false pretenses. Obviously, his mother was as right as rain.
Of course she was.
But you paid up, sir, because you were worried how it'd look if it came out. As I said, you blackmailed yourself.
I'm beginning to feel all right.
Well, it is easy to see your position, sir. Henderson! Oh, there you are.
I've only got 2 hands, Sarge.
Vicky's, my, we are on it. You can come again, sir. Fetch Lynch up. Stick him next door. Let him whistle for a bit.
Right, Sarge.
And I don't want him to know, see, or hear that Mr. Roberts is in the shop, right? Just about drinkable.
Well, I don't know whether I'm relieved or what. To tell you the truth, you've got me confused now.
Well, one thing at a time, sir. I was a bit puzzled myself, but not now. You see, we have a motive. I mean, your ordinary thief doesn't throw away the proceeds.
I suppose you'll have to use all this in court, will you?
Well, let's not jump the gun.
Well,
sir.
come on, either you will or you won't.
Well, I could make a separate charge of this false pretenses, right? But I doubt if you'd be too keen.
You're right there.
On the other hand, I could wave it at him and invite him to plead guilty to the assault to save us the trouble.
Well, will he, do you think?
Right, it depends if he was feeling bloody-minded. I mean...
You mean what?
Well, either way, he's going down. He knows that.
Yeah, he'd be doing himself a favour, though, wouldn't he?
But he might think... Putting it bluntly, sir, I think he might enjoy seeing the mud hit the fan. It might appeal to him.
I see what you mean.
He was out for revenge, wasn't he? That's why Miss Lynch copped it.
Yeah, well, that seems to be on his mind. Well, don't you let him fool himself. If he wants to push it, I don't care what comes out in the wash, I'll see he gets what's coming to him.
That is nice to know, Mr. Roberts. So, I can count on your complete cooperation, can I?
You can, yes.
Well, your signature on this statement, sir. Both sheets, please. Tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah, you want me to sign here and here?
Well, you better read it first, sir.
Oh, I know what's in it.
And I'll go and see my ladder. Do you want to wait?
Aye.
How is she?
Oh, I think she's quite recovered, Mrs. Sharp.
Oh, just so long as her faculties are intact.
Oh, yes, I think so.
I'm very glad. Isn't everybody that's as lucky when these hooligans are finished with them?
Goodness, is it shiny?
Ah, what we doing here then?
Drinking.
What's the matter with the little love nest? You haven't locked yourselves out.
No, we haven't locked ourselves out.
You must be getting past it then.
Sonny, are you old enough to be on licensed premises? It doesn't bother me, but the coppers might see a little trike outside.
Hey, she's a smasher, isn't she? I'd swap me catapult for the key to your door, darling.
There's too many remarks like that. I'm not having it.
Don't let him bother you.
Him? It's you that bothers me sitting there lapping it up.
He?
Oh, it's terrible, though, isn't it? I mean, when you can't even walk down the streets of a night.
The way the world is going, it terrifies me.
Yeah, and America's worse, you know, if that's the way we're heading.
Oh, it isn't all mafia over there. You can't judge it all by New York.
Oh, it's not only New York, it's all over.
Oh, you've been there, have you?
Oh, I know what I know.
What bothers me is that the world seems to be getting worse when it should be getting better, and I suppose America's ahead of us there.
Oh, the trouble is some folk thinks better means easier.
They're right, I know.
Oh, you're one of them.
All right. In the old days, there wasn't as many folks getting mugged. That's 'cause they had nothing worth mugging them for. Me, I'd sooner have a few quid in my pocket and take my chance.
Yeah, but what about them gangs that go round attacking for note? Just for the hell of it.
All right, so there's a few psychopaths around.
A few what?
Psychopaths, sick in the head and vicious with it. There always have been.
Lately, life has been made too easy for them. Too easy altogether.
No, she's right, you know.
Yeah, and what about all them that has their brass paid into the cavemen islands? Oh, aye. More hard work and less of the handouts. That's what we want.
I know. You don't have to tell me. Look, I've said I know. That is definite, is it? If I come, I will be able to see him. Yeah. Yeah, all right, I'll come. Look, I can't do it now. I've got to go. Yes, I've said goodbye.
Hi.
Hello?
I brought a couple of bottles. I thought we might drink through to our anniversary.
Oh, I don't feel a bit like it. You help yourself.
You're not very good, are you, love?
I'm fine.
You don't sound fine.
Well, I'm just still a bit under the weather, that's all.
Well, it's going on a bit, isn't it? Who's on the phone?
Oh, nobody you know.
I don't much like the sounds of that.
Sheila Birtles.
Who?
Well, there you are. You're none the wiser now, are you?
Who is she?
Oh, she used to live around here.
Well, what did you have to say? Well, I mean, you can't have seen her for very long.
Oh, nothing much.
You must have had a great conversation.
Well, I suppose she's a bit on the lonely side, really, because she lives in Sheffield now. She married a fellow called Crossley.
It's just you've never mentioned her before, that's all.
Why should I? She's just a girl, isn't she? Oh, Dennis once saved her life. She tried to gas herself.
Really?
Yes.
Not good.
She said, might I come over?
To Sheffield?
Yeah, I thought I might.
Hmm? What's the matter, love?
Just a bit off. I think I'll go to bed, eh?
All right.
Lock up before you come up, will you?
Finished with your cup, sir?
Oh, aye.
With a shortage, you know. They keep getting nicked.
Proper smart aleck, isn't it?
Well?
Sorry to keep you, sir, but he takes some talking to. I've told him his option. Trial on 2 counts if he's awkward, 1 if he's smart.
And?
Wasn't buying. Says he'll plead not guilty to both.
$30. Coronation Street, piece 694/305, part 2, take 1.
Hello. Have you got an anniversary card?
Yes, on rack over there, love.
Right, if I don't send him one, he won't think I won't love him, won't he?
Oh, your own is it?
Tomorrow.
Good going. Mind you, I see no reason for sending him a card if you're going to be there in person, all done up and smelling nice.
Oh, let's hope I won't be.
Hello, Miss Riley. Just dropped in to see how you're getting on with him.
Who?
Well, little Joey, or whatever it is you're calling him, all right?
Oh, no, he's terrified the life out of me.
He's done what?
It was terribly escaped.
Oh, what thrills.
It can be frightening when they start to flap around your head very fast. And my mother had come to see me. She nearly had a seizure.
But he didn't get out, did he? I mean, not right out.
Oh, no, but we had to run around and close all the doors and the windows and everything. And my mother had to block up the flue with a cushion and it got filthy.
I told you to leave that parrot alone.
It's a budgerigar, just a little budgerigar. But you didn't manage to get him under control,
Oh,
as
yeah,
it
well,
were.
I had to get the man from next door to come in, and he got onto the table and he managed to get it down from the ceiling finally, but it scratched all the varnish.
Oh, you want to sue this fella?
Well, I suppose it was my fault, really. See, I'm not really used to them, but I had to open the door because his cuttlefish had dropped into his water.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm sure you'll get to like it.
Oh, yeah, it's very pretty, but don't they make ever so much noise?
He's not said anything to offend you, has he?
No. Oh, sorry, Elsie. Hey, that's a nice one.
How much?
15.
Daylight robbery. Yeah, will you do us a favour?
Yeah?
Will you let me use your phone, please?
Oh, yours not working?
Well, I can't get the dialing tone.
Oh, well, step round.
Right, I'll leave you the money by the phone.
Oh, I'm quite sure you've got a very good little budgie there. One careful owner only, and that was a vicar.
Believe that, you'll believe anything.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. If you treat him right, he'll probably sing hymns for you.
Oh, but it'd be high church, wouldn't it? My mother's a very strong Methodist, you see.
How's my manageress?
All right. Hey, I see they've charged that fella with attacking Bet.
Have they? What are they saying?
Just says a man has been charged, that's all. What brings you?
Oh, interest?
Really?
Well, you know as well as I do, the only way I'll ever get up there is by invitation.
You'll never get up there, not anyway at all.
Won't I?
Too wicked and evil.
I'm talking about the flat.
And I thought you were talking about heaven.
I am. I am.
Well, as long as you got the right attitude.
So when do I get the invitation so that I can go away and work on it?
Well, as a matter of fact, you're doing quite well, really. Almost made it.
Have I?
Mm-hmm. That's the first time you've called it my flat, as against your flat, or the shop flat, or the flat. So you're on the right road.
Am I? I'm very glad.
Good. They all are, love.
No, but I mean, he gave me a budgerigar and I've no idea why.
Well, perhaps he fancies you.
Oh, no. He and Emily are very happy.
No, love, the evening trains, yes, that's... yeah, that's 5:45, yeah? And 6:35. And they go straight through? Right, thank you very much. Bye.
Open the door. Cuttlefish fell in the thingy.
I left the money by the phone.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
Hey, aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, do not forget me flaming head if it was a litter up.
See ya.
She doesn't look too perky.
Nobody has to be.
When do I get this invitation?
Well, there might be a vacancy tonight.
What time?
In 7 o'clock, out by 11:30. Don't forget your admission.
They won't.
You bring the steak, I'll cook it.
Steak? Who do you think I am?
Ray seems to think you're the Sheik of Araby.
Oh, come on. What about half a mince and a couple of kippers?
Well, if that's all you think of me.
Fillet or rump?
Ooh.
I had to be hard on you yesterday, Alf. Couldn't have you feeling sorry for yourself. You see that, don't you?
All right.
Go on, have the last of that top.
No, Tom, I'm still watching my weight, you know.
So it looks like it's all going to come out.
Aye, in court with me in the witness box.
Yes, but won't they refer to you as Mr. X or something?
Well, it'll only be 2 minutes before everybody knows who Mr. X is. That's just asking for publicity.
Yes, then you'll just have to stick out your chin, and if they throw mud, let them, as long as you're not guilty in your own mind.
Well, there's more to it than that, though. The office of mayor has to mean something, and...
And what?
Well, I'm thinking maybe the best thing will be resigning.
Don't be daft.
I think it might.
I don't agree. Cause a scandal on its own, that would. Folk would say there must have been something shady to it. They would. You'd be condemning yourself. And then again, what if you resigned and he pleaded guilty? He might too.
Yeah, I know. What galls me is having to wait to that little... I want to make my own decisions, let him go hang. I wish he would.
Well, you'll have to talk to Annie Walker about that. She'll have something to say, I'm downright sure she will.
So am I.
So they charged him, eh? Well, if we can assume that a man means Lynch.
Well, the fella works at him.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Oh, the courts are coming right down on that sort of monkey business.
Yes. Len, you haven't seen anything of Alf at all today, have you?
Not today, no.
Oh, I expected to see him.
I'll tell him if I bump into him.
No, there's no need, love. Have you seen this?
Yeah, they've charged him, yeah.
Suppose I better go and show it to Ben.
Yeah, cheer her up a bit. Here, what's this? Come on, get it off my clean barbed up.
Don't you touch that. You know what it is, don't you?
A shuttle.
What do you do with that monstrosity, Albert Tatlock?
I found it.
Whereabouts?
Athens. They're pulling it down.
Athens? Oh, you mean the mill? Huh?
Yeah, that's right. I went in and I was just prodding it around a bit, you know, and they shooed me out. They're bringing a wall down and there were a whole pile of them stuck in a corner.
What are you going to do with it? I've seen more of them than I want to see.
Well, I looked at it and I thought to myself, King Cotton. King Cotton.
Aye, reigned a fair while.
Yeah, and that's his sceptre. Hey, you know what we were talking about yesterday? Hard graft. Well, that seems some hard graft. You won't see the likes of this nowadays.
Were there any more down there? Only there could be a market for them, you know, cleaned up curios.
Is that right?
Aye.
Oh, well, that one will do for me, sitting in my fireplace.
Send it off to Japan. They're knocking it all out now, aren't they?
Do you know something? They're welcome to it. Give us a drop of rum.
Isn't it raised round? That's a drop of rum and a pint, love.
Okay. Fair enough, if you'll stake me till tomorrow.
Steak? Hey, thank you, mate. I'll see you back at work.
Don't ask me, I don't know.
Tonight?
Oh, I thought, why not?
Well, why the sudden urgency?
Well, I've got a day owing to me anyway, and tomorrow's quite convenient.
Wow.
Well, you can be on your own for one night, can't you?
Yes, it's not that, is it?
Well, come on. You know, I'm only going to see somebody, and Sheffield's not the other side of the world, is it?
No, I suppose not. Want me to drive you over?
Oh, no, it's too far. I'll catch a train. Look, I better get back over the road.
Well, just a minute. I mean, are you going straight from work or what?
No, I'll get you tea before I go. I'll see you over there.
All right.
Hello.
Time for another?
Glad you said that, mate.
Hello. Alf, do you want a drink?
No, thanks, Al. Is Mrs. Walker in, Betty?
Well, she's upstairs with Bet. Do you want to go through?
Aye.
Right, come on then. Hey, mind your knock.
Well, if you feel properly up to it.
Oh, I can't stand being cooped up in here. I'm born idle, but enough's enough.
Don't have to pitch in at once anyway, love. I don't want you to work when you're feeling half fit.
You're a good un, you are. Have they missed me down there?
I've been rather preoccupied, love. I haven't noticed.
Well, they better have.
Just a moment.
It's only me.
Oh, he can come in. Oh. Come in.
How are you?
It is a fiddler's wrist. How are you?
Well, I'm all right, you know.
They've charged him then?
Aye.
What's that after you?
Yeah, I think they'd have charged him anyway. Just goes to show. They probably want you to give evidence, Bet.
Oh, it's all right by me.
On both charges.
Both?
They're probably going to do him for obtaining money under false pretences.
You mean blackmail?
What you and me call blackmail.
Oh, you told them the lot then?
Well, there's no point in doing aught else.
Well, good on you.
I think that was quite the best thing, Alf.
Well, I don't know. I think the best thing... Annie, I'm thinking of resigning.
Resigning?
Aye.
Oh.
What for?
For the sake of the morality.
Well, that is the last thing you should do.
Well, I can always plead ill health or
Oh,
something.
nonsense, Alf.
She's right.
No, there's too many people want to, you know, tar and feather the town hall. You give them something like this and they just take advantage.
I know, but you're talking, aren't you? That's the whole point, you see. You're talking about a man like Norman Leach. Now, if you resign, no matter how long they give him, he'll go from that court laughing.
He will and all, so don't give him the pleasure.
I suppose there's something in that.
Look, Alf, I'm not saying you're the bee's knees, but you're better than most, and you're a sight better than the likes of him, or them as might try smearing you.
I couldn't have put it better.
If you resign, I'll refuse to give evidence.
You can't do that.
Well, I will, so let's hear no more of it.
You know, Alf, I think you underrate yourself. I think you'd be surprised at the number of people who would take your side.
Well...
You're stopping on.
How long does it take to get to Sheffield?
Oh, just over the hour.
Is she meeting you?
Yeah.
All right, love, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
You haven't forgotten we're going out?
Oh, no. Well, go on now. I'll have to hurry. I'll miss my train if I don't.